Graham, first time for a while without a midweek game. Has that been a good week on the training ground?
Yeah, it's been very helpful, to be honest. We've had plenty of rest. We've done a lot of analysis on ourselves and on the opposition. We've had a couple of good days training as well, to be fair, and it also gives one or two lads a little bit of time to rest, recoup and refresh, to be fair. So one or two little bumps and bruises and knocks we've managed to get on top of.
Anything in particular you've been sort of singling out in terms of stuff that you want to be doing better?
Yeah, I'd like us to be maybe a little bit more solid. We give some cheap goals away, which is not like us, in fairness. So that was obviously a focus this week. There was our creativity obviously has been good. Our play has been very positive. So we've touched on some positives and also covered some bits and pieces we'd like to improve on, naturally. And then we got a lot of individual work in on a couple of lads as well. So and I dare say some of them needed a rest. So they got that. They got a couple of days as well. In fairness to them, because they have been covering the miles. In fairness to them.
And actually, you look at the sort of switch to three at the back, and it's a bit different, certainly for the centre backs and the midfielders. It just sometimes there's little things can just get missed if they've not been playing it throughout their career.
Yeah, for sure. So it does take it's evolving. It does take a little bit of time. We've obviously got other systems up our sleeves, but I just think that the personnel that we've got, the clamour to get some more goals, the clamour to be a little bit more open and expansive. So we've tried it, we've looked at it, and again I certainly feel it's been a positive to us. To be honest, I think the players are enjoying it. The players have adapted to it, but that's not to rule out going back to a system that we will use again. Because let's be honest, the teams work you out, players work you out, coaches work you out. So you do need a couple of little systems and a couple of adjustments up your sleeve. And we're not as fortunate as other clubs that we can afford, or we can bring in the best player in particular positions. We've got an honest, hard-working group of lads who really buy into everything we're doing, who really buy into the ethos of the football club, and who really want to do well for the football club, which is important, to be quite honest.
Yeah, and there is so much analysis of games now that you go back even 10 years that there wasn't. Are you constantly having to come up with that little tweak to a system, maybe moving a player slightly further this way or that, just so that you might be able to catch someone out?
Yeah, it's fine margins, as I call them, aggregate marginal gain. We're trying to gain that in every department. So it's fine margins. Listen, you look at all the goals that go in Air Division each week. It's only an inch here or there. It's a yard here or there. And ourselves particularly, it's one or two individual errors that we're making. So it's that hard work. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So it's about nullifying them and the opposition. It's about creating ourselves. And I've been really positive. Well, we have been positive really in our play, obviously, over the last number of games. But the amount of chances we're creating, and we should see games through. We should be winning more games and we should be scoring more goals. But it's not always as easy as that, and it's not always as straightforward as that. But the pleasing point and the pleasing part of it is, for me, the players have really bought into it. They've worked hard with it, and they've asked questions. They've learned their roles, and they've really created opportunities and chances. And let's be honest, in the last 2-3 games we could be in double figures now for goals scored on them 3 games alone. But it's just taking them chances and them opportunities and them moments when they come along.
Yeah. In terms of sort of preparing for teams, obviously facing a side this weekend that are going to have a change of manager, or maybe no permanent manager in charge, how much of a sort of spanner in the works does that throw?
I think they're a well-drilled, well-oiled machine. They've come through the divisions, obviously from non-league into League 2 and then obviously into League 1. So they know what to do and they know their way around. And if I know one or two of the players as well, the likes of Shackles and the Boswicks and the Keane Bulgers, they're natural leaders. You know, you've got leaders in them changing rooms. So taking away the manager and the assistant manager is not going to throw them out of kilter too much. Let's be honest. The new manager will come in. The new manager will more than likely be sitting in a stand at the weekend, so they'll have things to prove and points to prove. They'll want to show that they can do it. They'll want to show that it's about them as well. They want to show that they're good players. So I'm not too sure that the change of manager this weekend will throw them out of kilter too much. They're a well drilled, well oiled machine. Good players, so I don't see it being that much of an issue, to be quite honest.
And they are absolutely right. They had an amazing start, but last month or so the results haven't been what they would have wanted.
Yeah, we analysed and we looked at a couple of their games, and I thought Fleetwood played very well against them, to be fair. But just two moments of madness has cost Fleetwood, and Lincoln have gone on and win it. Last week, then they were involved in a different game against Wickham, so that was a game of set pieces where Joe Jacobson went and scored a hat trick against them. So they're not invincible. They're a good, strong, solid team, full of good players, dangerous players, goal scorers. But we feel we've maybe identified one or two little chinks in their armour that we can maybe go and try and expose.
And actually, sort of atmosphere-wise, a lot of the players may not have played at Sinselbound, but the whole sort of air raid siren and the rest of it, I mean, that'll take a bit of getting used to if you haven't had it before.
Yeah, I've had it myself, to be fair, in my career, but look, you cut your cloth accordingly, don't you? And you use every advantage and every little aggregate marginal gain you can get. So at least our players will know what's coming when the air raid siren comes on. The ball is being chucked, but don't be sucked into that, because at times they pen you in, they look and put the siren on, and all of a sudden there's a little short quick free kick or a little short corner or a short throw in. So they use it to their advantage. They use it well. They use the positivity and the atmospheric crowd. They use all that to get you on the back foot, to try and intimidate you. So it's one of them. Listen, you stand up to be counted. If you don't, if you're a shrinking violet, you won't survive when you go in against Lincoln, and that's always been the way, to be honest. But they have evolved, and they have brought in quality players, i.e. Tyler Walker, Jack Payne, Andrade, and people like that, who are really dangerous, really good footballers. So you can actually see them trying to evolve. You can actually see them playing their usual normal style, but you can actually see in the patterns of play they are trying to bring in a different brand as well, to suit this division.
Okay, and just finally, squad-wise injuries, anything picked up, anybody back available?
No, obviously we've had a couple of little knocks and bumps and bruises. We've had obviously Liam Sercombe and Ed Upson, both have been on the training ground this week, which is positive. We've not got anything really of any significance apart from obviously the two, Sammy and Tariq. But it's a clean bill of health, fingers crossed, this week. Manager's course, we've got to go out and train this morning and tomorrow. So let's hope that stays the same. But it's relatively positive. As I say all along, we've all just been picking up little bumps and bruises, part and parcel of any game of football, part and parcel of any 10-game period in such a short space of times. Little tightness and niggles here and there, but majority of it have been really positive and really good this season. Bumps and bruises are part and parcel of any football season.
So if selected, Liam and Ed would be available?
Yeah, Liam and Ed, I'd imagine they'd travel with us, no big secret. We haven't got that big of a squad. They'll travel with us this weekend, so yeah, they'll be in the squad this weekend.
Perfect.